Hello everybody and welcome back to Roblox Studio Basics. In this kind of section of videos, I guess, we are working on this tow truck. It's coming along. It's coming along. Alright, in the last video, we were working on programming the light bar. And in today's video, we are going to finish that. We have to turn these two into lights. And then, yeah, and then we'll just go from there. I think after that, pretty well the tow truck will be done. Like I say, the only other thing we might want to add is maybe if you want to have some feet on here. Something like that. And I just wanted to check here. I don't think we're going to need that button anymore. Let's see here. Yeah, we're not going to need that. Alright, so as soon as we're done at the end here, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove the click detector. Yeah, actually, I might even be able to just do that right now. Let's see here. Yeah. We'll take that. Alright, step number 1. Okay, step number 2 before we get into that. What I want to do is, well, actually, you know what? We kind of need that because we just delete the script and delete the click detector. We don't actually want to delete the button because it's got our UI in there, and it'll break this. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to do was script a close button. So starter UI, screen UI. Yeah, we want to script a close button on here. So what do we have? Blink off. Let's duplicate this, and we're just going to turn this one into a. We'll do this and rename. Just rename it close, and obviously I'll just make that into an X. Maybe increase the size a little bit. Alright, you can do the font and all that sort of stuff, whatever you want. Then what we're going to do is we're going to right click, we're going to go insert object. Right click, insert object. And we want a local script. Whenever you're scripting UIs, you want to use a local script or else it won't work. So we will say button equals script.parent. Alright. Put local in front of it. Okay. And we'll say button dot mouse button 1 down, connect function. Alright, we'll say script dot parent dot visible equals false. That's it. Alright, now we should be able to drag this back into here, and let's test that out. Alright, fantastic, and that's what I wanted to do. Okay, so the final thing we're going to need to do is script these spot A and spot B. So if you remember in the last video, yes, the variables. We actually added the interaction with the lights into the variables, and that's what we're going to do here with spot on and spot off. But we don't need to put them into a while loop because they're just going to be, it's just a spotlight, right? We're also going to add a spotlight on the back, which is going to shine that way. All right, so let's see here. This is more just to illuminate around the truck. So we'll say right click, insert object, and this one here we are going to insert a point light. Yeah, it already has this. Let's see, duplicate, and we'll do that. There, and then as you can see, let's see here, let's change the lighting down to 5. All right, and then this should be, it is enabled. Okay, now what we can do here is we can change the range of this one, and we can change the range of this one. So you see how bright that makes that around the truck? And that's pretty much all. That's it. That's all we want to do. So then we'll say enabled, and here we'll say enabled. We don't want to change the brightness or anything. Then you can start getting problems with lag and all that sort of stuff if the light's too bright. 16. And again, if somebody's using a tablet, now that tablet I had is that we were using to test our games is super duper old. So it's good to kind of test. That way you know, if you test on an older device or an older computer, you can always guarantee compatibility with newer systems, right? If it runs good. Okay. UI controller. So what do we want to do? When we say spot on, we want to say script dot parent dot, let's see, spot A. We have spot A and spot B. So we can say dot point light dot point light dot enabled equals true. That's it. Control copy. Oops. All right, and then spot B. All right. We're going to copy this, paste it. There you go. False. False. All right, let's test it here. Close this one. And then lighting. So now as you can see, it tends to get a little bit busy, right? With all these UIs and everything. It tends to get a little busy. Where are we? Spot on. Oh yeah, look at that. Spot off. On, off, on, off. Perfect. Okay, so that's pretty much it. All right, this is just a quick refresher. Okay, now the last thing I wanted to do is, as you recall, in the last video, we hooked up the car and we started pulling it, and it was pulling the truck towards the car. So the last thing I want to do, really, which is kind of like, I guess you could say essential, we want to prevent the truck from doing that. So what we're going to do is create a part, and we are going to make a button. You can think of it as like a parking brake button. So in trucks, you have your trailer brake. You got your air brakes and all that good stuff. Right? You got a yellow button and you got a red button in the cab. So this button here, let's see, I just want to move this down just. Down. Do you see how these are they're torn apart. All right. Ooh, that's pretty good. There we go. Now there's no line there. There was a line here earlier. It was the same in the dash. Yeah, excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, that is what I like. So now this button here, what we're going to do is go to model, and we want to create a weld. And we're just going to weld it right here. Now the other thing we need to do is on these interior pieces, we need to say can query as false. And why, if you're sitting in here and you're going to try and press this button, if can query is set to true, you're not going to be able to select that button because the game thinks that you're trying to select the interior instead. So technically this button would be hidden inside the interior. So if you press can query, just leave that off. Then when you're in the truck and you're looking around, you can interact with these buttons. Yeah, and like I discovered that. Oops, that's had to discover it. Miscellaneous, and then we'll just rename this to e-brake. I was having that issue where I made a cab and I put all this stuff in it, all these buttons, and I was sitting in it and I'm like, man, how come I can't press any of these buttons? Are they in the wrong spot? So we had to figure that out, I guess. Okay, so we're gonna make this one yellow, and then we're gonna go right click, insert object. We're gonna insert a script. We're also gonna go right click, insert object. Where is it? Right there. A sound. Okay, because I want it to play a sound. I want it to play the air brake sound. So what we're gonna do is we are going to say, and then we also need to right click, insert object. We need to click detector. And that should be it. So local button equals script dot parent dot click detector. And we say button dot mouse click connect function. And then what do we want it to do? We want to say script dot parent dot sound play. And then we also want to say script dot parent dot anchored equals true, and then we want to say script dot parent dot material equals neon, and that way we can see that it is right, that it is like that. And the other thing we need to do is add a bit of logic here, so we can turn it. So we'll say click equals true, and we will say if click is equal to true, then, and then we want to return it to false. All right, and then we'll say if click is equal to false, then what do we want it to do here? I think we need another end there. Yeah. Then we want to say pretty much all of this. Oh, and then we also want to say click equals true. Return it to true. Otherwise, it'll stay false, and you'll only be able to click the button once. All right, false. Plastic, and that's it. So let's go into the toolbox, home, toolbox. Instead of models, we're going to click on audio, and we are going to air brake. So the one I have is, it's called air brake hissing sound. It might not even be in here. Took me a long time to find the audio too. It took us a long. There it is. Air brakes hissing. Took us a long time to. Oh, this one won't play. Okay, but you essentially get the idea, right? You can go through here. It looks like the ones that they have are what about this one here? Yeah, see, to me that's a bit long. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cheat here. I have my car, and in the coupe we have in the drive. Yeah. Copy. So what I did, what we did when we were making our trucks, once we found the sounds that we wanted to, I created a part on the vehicle and I put all the sounds that I wanted in there. There's like 10 or 15 different sounds. And and then I use those sounds for the game. Oh yeah, look, I got the air brake. Where's that? Huh, I guess I must have pasted it in there. Okay, so we're just gonna rename that sound. All right, and then we'll take this sound here and we'll delete it, and then we just have to make sure in the script that I have sound. Let's see, spelled with a capital S. So let's rename that with a capital S. All right, perfect. Okay. Now that's done. That's done. And we are ready to play. Now the thing about HASI is, if you anchor the vehicle, oh, it needs to be capital N. Hold on, we'll see here. If you anchor the vehicle and leave, and then you try and hop back into it, it'll give you an error, and it'll say that it can't assign, and that's because somewhere in HASI, it's not HASI, it's Roblox. If an object is anchored, for whatever reason, it can't assign that object to a player. I don't know these specifics, but we'll see. I'll show you right now. So we push the button and we hop out, right? So now in theory, I guess I shouldn't close those. Let's see, I'll just get back in it here. Okay, I guess it didn't give me an error. Let's check to see if it's actually, did it work? Drive? No, it didn't work. Now, why is that? Oh, I think, let's see here, let's see. Oh, it's this. This probably has to be else. Oh, we'll do it like that. Well, let's try that first. Yeah, there we go. Now it went neon. So then if I say engine on, and we do this, all right, we can't drive anywhere. So now I'm going to hop out, and I'll show you what I mean. I'll just, right, network ownership cannot be called to anchored parts. What? So then you just do that, right? Hop out of the vehicle. Hop back in it. Bingo bango, we're ready to go. So that's one thing to watch out for. Sometimes I've noticed a lot of these toolbox vehicles, you'll sit in the drive seat and yeah, it'll kick you out, or sometimes it oofs ya. You really got to be careful with all that stuff. All right. Let's play. Let's see. Let's see this thing work. Okay, so we'll do that. And I know this is a bit of a mess. Let's see. We'll take the bed out. And what we want to do is, it's the evening. Turn the spotlight on, and we'll turn the, let's say, blink on. And then we can close that down. We don't need that anymore. All right, let me get out. What I like about the light bar, we got the spotlights on there. It follows the bed, the tow bed, which is really cool. And then we'll say up, like that. And then attach. All right, now you see the truck is anchored. So we're winching in. Now you can connect this winch to very heavy vehicles with this truck, or the other tow truck, which is kind of like half complete with the arm, right? This is how you do it. You just anchor it. Yeah. So what they do in like Liberty, was it Liberty County? I think it is the emergency response. They just clone the vehicle onto the back of the truck, which is pretty neat. But I like this. I like playing, and then what do we say? We attach. I'm just wondering where my in, out, up, down. My weld button. Is it welded? Oh yeah, it must be. Look at that. No, it's not. It's not welded. Winch out. Winch in. Winch out. No, it's not welded. Interesting. Release. Detach. Detach. Alright, now I'm really confused. Because I'm just really confused. What's going on here? Alright, well that's the tow truck build. It works. I just have to... Which one makes it weld? Attach. Variable weld, then car weld. Okay. Which is the variable weld? Oh. There is no weld button. All right, I thought we missed something. All right, let's go back in here. And in this one, this here where it says weld, this text label, that should have been a text button. All right. So we need another button. I'm gonna put it down. I shouldn't, but it's confused. All right, let's do this here. We want to make sure this is complete. And the only way to do that is we'll make these buttons just a little smaller. Kind of cheat a little bit, and then we'll say duplicate that, attach. And we're going to rename this one weld. I thought I had it rename weld, and we'll take this and we'll put it back in there, and then in our local script we want to say right in here GUI dot weld dot mouse button one down, connect function, and then we're going to say trailer fire server, and the variable is going to be, oops, I think the variable is weld. Yeah. The variable will be weld. All right. Let's try that. Okay, so I'm just gonna just verify that it works first. Yeah, and I would turn that off because we don't need that. We're testing it right now. Say, oh. I didn't anchor the truck. That's okay. We're just testing the weld function right now. All right, that should be good. Oh, let you know. Now it's welded. And if I say release, it shouldn't be welded anymore. Ha ha ha. Right on. Right on. Okay. Well, there you have it. We have completed, more or less, the tow truck. I think it looks pretty good. It's got some lights on it. It's basic. Now I would take it to the next level, and in most of my vehicles, I don't think, not this car. This car still has a pretty decent interior. Look at that. We can even have the skylight go. Anyways, what I would do for me is I would customize the cab, like we did when I built the Peterbilt video, where you saw I made the engine, I made the hood go up and down, I made the doors open and close, right? The windows go up and down. That's what I would be the next step for me. But that's that's probably another 2 or 3 hours, maybe 4 hours of modeling and coding from this point on. So as you can see, it's not easy. It does take a little bit, but don't get frustrated. Try, and you will succeed, and you will make a game that's fantastic that people are going to want to play. Right? Now you think about this tow truck, for example. Okay, it's got the tablet buttons. You make a game with it, put a bunch of them here with a garage. People can spawn in, give them cars on the map that they can spawn and they can tow away for money and points. Probably would be a pretty fun game. And, it has interaction and all that kind of stuff that kids want. Or adults, kids and adults, whatever. Anyways, thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making this tow truck. I had a lot of fun, and I really think I'm going to do more to it, and I might add it to one of my future games. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Bye for now, and we'll see you in the next one.